Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of KamenRider Blackman. Now, real quick before I get into today's video, three things. One, I now have a new camera, so I no longer have to record on my cell phone anymore. So basically, I didn't get a camera. I just got a tablet just so I can record on that now because I have a more I have a more different type of recording and editing. I have a different kind of editing style when it's doing videos because I used to film and edit all my videos on my phone, and now I have a tablet to have just for making videos. Two, I have a new cell phone, the Samsung S9, and I have that. So with this phone, I no longer use it to record videos. This phone is just for me and personal my personal stuff and whatnot. Because when I used to record videos on my cell phone, it would take up a lot of space on my phone, and it caused so many problems that I just decided to get a new phone. And if you heard that barking, that was just Coda. And three, don't ex a new there will be next week is my first 100 days YouTube special, so only one video will come out that next week, and that'll only be on Friday. I'm not gonna make a new video for Tuesday because right now I'm trying to finish up the semester for me and getting ready for finals and basically trying to get my grade up right now because the whole day right now it's 11:36 in the morning. I spent two whole hours just doing homework. So for this going on next week only. Well, for going on to next week only, I'm only gonna post one video for my first 100 day special, and that will be next Friday, and it's gonna be a good video. And if you've seen my first Gridman review, then you know that I'm going to be reviewing also next week Tenso Sentai Goseiger. So, spoiler for Friday. So, surprise for Friday, not spoiled. Anyway, let's get into today's video. If you can tell by the description down below on YouTube, I'm going to be talking about my first, meaning I'm going to talk about the first shows I've watched in a couple of different shows, franchises. I'm going to talk about my first Power Rangers, the first Power Rangers that I've ever seen, the first Kamen Rider series I've ever seen. That might be a couple other things, and the my first Super Sentai that I've ever seen, my first Metal Heroes I've ever seen, and the first Ultraman I've ever seen. So let's do it. Now, the first Power Rangers I've ever watched was, of course, the original Mighty Morphin. But Mighty Morphin's everyone's first, so yeah. Mighty Morphin was still a good show. Zack is my favorite Ranger out of the original cast, and yeah, sweet show. Yes, I know it's pretty dated, but it's still very enjoyable in my opinion. Bias, I guess, with some bias aside, I can find it as amusing, but that depends. I really have to take away some bias just to see, because I do have honestly one favorite episode, and it's a Zack focused episode called Happy Birthday Zack. If you've seen that episode, then you get what it's about. Now, next, the first Super Sentai I've ever seen, of course, it's going to be Zyuranger, the show that Mighty Morphin was based off of, and it's also the first Sentai I've watched from I guess beginning to end, because I never started binge watching it. I just started watching episodes at random. Then eventually ended up watching all of them. So that's that there. Now, for the first KamenRider series I've ever seen, of course it's KamenRider Dragonite because Ryuki got adapted in America. But first Japanese KamenRider was Decade. And for me, the first KamenRider I ever watched from beginning to end was Forze. And this was happening around the time when Ghost was out, and I decided to check out Forze, see what it's like. And not bad. I'll have to see again at some point, but you get the idea. Now, for the first Metal Heroes show I've ever seen, once again, this was adapted into America, Big Bad Beetleborgs. And that is another show that's completely dated, but I love the concept and story of it. I just find it so flat out amusing. Like, I'm sorry, if I got to be my favorite comic book hero, I would die and just straight up love that. And that's what got me in about Beetleborgs. So, next, final thing, the first Ultraman I've ever seen. That would be, it would be a couple of things, three things really, just like for KamenRider. The first Ultraman I ever watched, period, was Ultraman Orb. I didn't watch the entire show. It was just the first episode because my friend Thomas wanted to introduce me to Ultraman. But I didn't really get a bus, but I just wasn't a really big fan of it at the time because. Then the second one I ever watched on my own, and I'm still watching right now, is Ultraman Geed. I just watched the first episode, and the next couple of episodes, I was like, okay, this is alright. Now, another Ultraman that I'm currently watching right now, and I actually like the first episode, is Ultraman X. I pay so much attention to Ultraman X. I memorized the characters' names, and I love Ginga's suit. It's amazing. I don't know. What I find it amazing is that here's my first thing with Ultraman in general. It's hard to try to tell some apart because of the usual red and silver pattern for every Ultraman suit. But what I like about Ultraman X is I really like the suit. It's the red and silver, but it's able to get different about it with that light color, with that light shade of blue, and to which it makes me really like it, and I'm all right with that. And so that is my video for today. Hello, Coda, and now here's Coda. Anywho, just to recap, no new video coming out this Tuesday, only Friday of next week. The week after that, since it's finals week, most of my time will be spent studying. But there will also be another video for that. But there will also be another video for that day. Maybe, let me think. Maybe the day after my finals, when the semester's over. If that might be a good idea. So with that said, see you guys next time. Or at least I will see you guys next week since I've already done the Ghost Age review video. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.